Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. My name is Sarah and I post weekly what's for dinner videos. I've always got some good dinner inspiration for y'all that is typically pretty easy because that is my way of cooking. But today is special because it is in collaboration with Tiffany over at Small Town 6. She posts all kinds of different stuff, cooking related, organization, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. So I will have her channel linked down below. Be sure to give her some love and let her know that I sent you in the comments. And let's get started. First, I'm making some sheet pan quesadillas. You can add all kinds of stuff to this. I just used what we had on hand. I am currently browning up 2 pounds of hamburger meat, and once I was done cooking it and draining it, I put in 2 packets of taco meat as well. And here on I have one of the very large sheet pans. I don't even have one of the smaller ones, so this was perfect for my family of 5. And you were just going to line, as you can see around, but you want to have a little bit of it hanging off so you have enough to fold it over, as you will see. And here I was like, wait, do I need to dump it out with the, what is that, I guess lard? I don't know. Anyways, I did. I just dumped 1 can of refried beans out on the bottom and smoothed it out. And I also currently have my oven preheated to 350. And once the ground beef is ready, I will pour that on top as well, and then top it with a can of Rico's Nacho cheese. Mainly that was just because I was out of shredded cheese, but I still would do it that way next time. Or you could do both, just shredded cheese, a layer of shredded cheese on the bottom, and then I don't know, you can make this your own however you wish. Tacos, chicken, anything. But then at the very end, you will see me kind of folding everything in. I will be putting a couple more tortillas to kind of, seal the top, the middle, like I did the bottom. And then you're going to put a small sheet pan or whatever you have to kind of just keep it in place and keep it, it'll help crisp it up a little bit. But you're going to stick it in the oven for 25 minutes. And the last 5 minutes, you're going to take that last sheet pan off and it will help crisp up the top. And honestly, I probably should have let it cool down a little bit more before I started cutting into it. It was oozing out and it was not pretty. Maybe it doesn't look too bad here to y'all, but when I was cutting this, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? But this was so delicious. My husband, of course, bit into it and said it was something from Taco Bell. Made me wonder if you could do nacho chips or the tostadas, or if they would get too soggy in there, kind of like a crunch wrap, but have bigger sections. I don't know, but that's how my brain was going. I would highly recommend this, especially if you love that kind of food. Just topped mine with a little bit of sour cream because that was all I had. But anyways, amazing. Now I'm going to make some twice baked potatoes with some just frozen beer battered shrimp from Kroger and some broccoli on the side. You're going to start by cooking 5 whole potatoes, however you want to do it. I did mine in the Instant Pot just because I was late on time. So then you're going to cut them in half, scoop everything out. You're supposed to be pretty gentle, and a couple of them I was not gentle, so it's a little bit of a hot mess. And then you're going to shred up some cheese. Stick it in there. I'm going to put in some sour cream, a little bit of sour cream with chives, a seasoned salt, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and I think that was it. And then I'm just going to stir it around really well. Don't mind the nasty scratch on my hand. For those that don't know, I'm a dog groomer, and I had a puppy that did not enjoy the process the other day. Anyways, so you're going to just put everything in that bowl and mix it all together.
used to bounce on knees, fresh from the oven, chubby and carefree. I had a mind at ease. Now I oversee.
And as you can see, I also threw in some bacon bits. That was just for convenience. You can also fry up your own, which would probably be even better. But this was perfect for what I wanted it for. And then you're going to start filling your potato halves with the mixture until it is all completely gone.
Sound caught up in the wheel, going round and round, spun like gold from the shining ground. I got my feet on a cloud and I won't come down. Do-do-do-do.
And lastly, before you pop them in the oven, you're going to sprinkle the rest of the cheese that you have shredded or in the bag, whatever you want to do, and cook them for about 15 minutes at 350. You just want to make sure everything's warmed back up through, the cheese is melted, all that kind of stuff. You can just eyeball that. You'll know when they are ready. And then, like I said, I served it with some of the beer battered shrimp from Kroger. I tried to steam the broccoli in the Instant Pot. I guess you're supposed to do 1 minute. I did 2, and it was like mush. I do not recommend doing it that way. I did it wrong. I had made my husband's plate first, and he hollered from the dining room and was like, "Don't eat the broccoli." He said it tasted like baby food and just like melted in your mouth. I didn't try it. So anyways, the rest of it was really good.
And when the feast starts, what will you bring? No one knows when the bells go ring.
And now I am making what would have been like a lasagna soup. It's kind of what I was going for, but then decided to add more pasta for my husband's suggestions. And it turned in, especially when it's set up, it turned into more like a homemade lasagna hamburger helper, and it was so good. So first, I'm just going to heat up my Dutch oven, put a little bit of avocado oil, olive oil, whatever you want, and I threw in some diced onion and red pepper that I had diced up the day before, and I'm just going to stir that around and cook it until they are a little bit softer. And then I'm going to throw in a pound of ground beef and cook that until it is thoroughly cooked as well.
Feet on a cloud and I won't come down. Yeah, feet on a cloud and I won't come down.
Next, I'm just going to throw in 4 cups or 1 container of beef broth, a can of fire roasted tomatoes or just regular diced tomatoes, whatever you want. I just really like the flavor in the fire roasted anything. A can of crushed tomatoes, or like these were actually fire roasted as well. And then you're going to put in, I don't know, I did like a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So I think whatever you want here. And I also believe that I put in a little bit of garlic with that onion and pepper mixture towards the end, so throw that in there as well. And I'm going to cover this and let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes.
I ain't got no things, no money, no means, just a wind in the wings. Yes, sir. I got my feet on a cloud and I won't come down. No, I won't come down. I used to bounce on knees, fresh from the oven, chubby and carefree. I had a mind at ease. Now I oversee the trees, birds and the beasts and the man and his empty deeds. I see everything.
And once this is ready, you're going to just pour in, I decided to try out these like mini bow tie noodles because I had them substituted at Walmart, and honestly I don't know what to do with them. So if y'all have any other recommendations, I just thought it would be good kind of for like this because they're so small. So I did talk myself into go ahead and pouring in the whole box, because at this point I was still kind of thinking this was going to be like a soup. No, but no regrets. Like I said, follow this just like this. It is so good. But then I am going to put the top back on for about 15 minutes or so, I think is what it was, until you're just waiting for the noodles to cook at this point. And then here it is. I just kind of stirred it up a little bit. You can kind of let it sit also. And then I just topped it with a little bit of ricotta cheese and mozzarella cheese, stirred it all together, and I'm telling y'all, this was so good. I took some for work the next day. This made like a ton. Like, I have a family of 5. We all ate some and had leftovers, so highly recommend this recipe. I will have everything typed down in the description for everything I'm making for y'all, so don't worry, you don't have to remember it all.
'Cause no one knows when the bells gon' ring. No one knows when the bells gon' ring. No one knows what you'll be playing. And when the feast starts, what will you bring? No one knows when the bells gon' ring. No one knows when the bells gon' ring. No one knows what you'll be playing. And when the feast starts, what will you bring?
Next, I am making some fried rice, homemade teriyaki sauce, and pork tenderloin in the air fryer, and also a little egg roll too. So I will have the recipe linked down below for how I do my pork loin in the air fryer, which is me personally, like, I would never do it any other way. So I'll have that linked down below. And to my electric skillet, I am heating up some sesame oil and butter, and I am throwing in some rice that I had cooked earlier in the day, because it always works better when it's like a day old or soft, cold. It fries up so much better. And to that, I'm going to pour on some soy sauce and a little bit of this umami seasoning from Trader Joe's. Absolutely love that stuff, and that's actually what I put to season my pork tenderloin this time. Normally I'll just do different ones, so they kind of all play well together. And then I'm going to stir this up really well, and I put maybe a quarter of a cup of the chive sour cream into my eggs. I recently got the master class. My best friend got it for me for Christmas, and I watched all Gordon Ramsay's, and now I make my scrambled eggs like him, and it is insane how good it is. The only thing I don't put in it is the sea urchin, because you can't find that around here. It's like a British thing, I guess. But I'm also putting in some dried chives because I don't have any fresh, and I'm gonna keep stirring my eggs because that makes them so much creamier.
I used to bounce on knees, fresh from the oven, chubby and carefree. I had a mind at ease. Now I oversee the trees, birds and the beasts and the man and his empty deeds. I see every...
Once I have everything mixed together, I always do my little taste test. Of course, every good home chef should do that, and I almost always add more seasonings to mine. So I'm putting in a little bit more soy sauce, a little bit more of that umami, and that's all you need. I used to put like everything bagel seasoning in it too, which is good. I mean, you could do that also, but that umami seasoning is just so flavorful and perfect. Here's the pork loin or tenderloin, whatever, after I have cut it up. How juicy it is. It is so delicious. I'm telling you, air fryer, do it. And I also cooked some egg rolls into the air fryer as well, which of course was amazing. And I love how everything nowadays has a cooking instructions on the back for the air fryer, so they came out perfect. I think it was like 360 for 13 minutes. And I also made some homemade teriyaki seasoning. I used the one from the ground turkey teriyaki skillet I made like a couple weeks ago. I will link that down below as well in case you are curious about how I did that. And this was dinner. This is one of our favorite things. I know I've made this before on my channel, and I feel like I always have rice, I always have eggs, I always have soy sauce, and it's just a favorite one of ours. So thank y'all so much for watching. Do not forget to check out Tiffany's channel if you have not yet. I will have hers linked down in the description box. And if you have made it this far, I appreciate it so much. And I will see y'all next week.